Welcome back to Dicing with Death, everybody. Ryan, take it away.
Yeah, so you just chased off this Drider
And didn't you have something you
in
wanted
the
to share with the
Underdark.
people about this Strider?
Oh, I was teasing Neil over the break that it was at 1 HP. 1 HP.
Well,
It's currently sending him taunts in all chat.
Fucking Spider-Man woman thingy.
All right. So you get full experience for it. We can deal with that now. Split between you and Michelle is 2,500 experience each.
2,500?
2,500.
Wow.
Did that feel like a 5,000 experience creature? No, it did not.
Totally.
You pick up its battle axe. The rest of its treasure remains strapped to its belt.
Michelle dings.
Michelle dings.
Yeah, I don't know if now's the appropriate time to deal with that, but she does ding.
She won't. I guess if you want, you can roll new HP. I mean, you can. No, let's wait till you guys have a chance to rest. But keep that in mind.
Okay.
She regains use of her facilities in another 7 minutes.
Okay.
So I assume Qualnir waits around.
Yeah.
Anything you wish to do in that time?
Let me double check, make sure I recorded HP from that. What else did I roll? I did some other damage, right? D4 plus 2 was a 5. Did I regain? I did regain that 3. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that all my HPs were brought back. And they were. Cool. So no, while I wait for her to wake up, I kind of just rest out for a moment. And when she finally comes around, I say, well, that was probably not a good idea. Do you have any idea which way we were headed beforehand? I roughly think it's that direction, but I don't want to just wander aimlessly forever in the Underdark.
She was paralyzed, but she didn't lose consciousness. So she was unable to move her body, but she was still aware. So both her and you are still able to roughly figure out where you came from. Okay. Especially considering the Sunblade's body is exactly how it fell.
Right.
Actually, Michelle is completely blind. So she is actually... No, never mind.
Oh, that's right, because there's no more...
She can't... She has no idea where
helmet, the glowing helmet thingy.
Yep. The spell that was causing it to illuminate was dispelled by the drow. Okay, so... Let's have Michelle roll a local history check.
Okay, D20 plus local history 17. 21, just barely a pass.
Okay, so she makes... I mean, I guess she made the connection as soon as she saw the Drider, but combat ensued. But she has a rough idea where she thinks you guys are, at least in relation to the Underdark. She will know that these Driders are outcasts of Elven society. They are the drow that fail the goddess's test and are banished.
Oh,
and these horrible creatures that just wander the abyssal or the basalt plane. Tangling my words, but if there's one here, then we're probably outside of obviously outside of the drow empire, but probably not far. She thinks we're just north of their city, of their
and we were headed west then.
She has no idea how that relates to cardinal directions, but she thinks she knows. Well, yeah, she does. So she doesn't know which way north, south, east, west are. But she thinks that to the south is a large drow city, and that you are on the outskirts of their empire, where the Driders roam.
She definitely needs.
And she will have. I mean, she will have contacts in the city, and she has. She's been there before.
Okay. So, after we settle our jimmies...
Yeah, so this is probably not where you were heading. You think...
The Drow City is not where we were heading?
No.
Of course, yeah, I don't think we're headed to Drow City.
No.
Yeah.
but she says there is one nearby.
Okay.
If
Well, let's just take our
and
best aim and go forward then.
aim towards where? So you're not entirely sure if you were turned around or not or what. But you think you think you were heading east,
Mm-hmm.
maybe slightly southeast, but east-ish.
Mm-hmm.
At least since you've been down that staircase.
Staircase?
That was last session, but there was a staircase you descended when
Yeah.
you transitioned from the sandstone caverns to the basalt caverns.
Right.
You
Right.
descended a staircase,
Okay.
and
I
then
thought
at
you
the
meant there
bottom
was
of
a
the
staircase in
staircase,
this
you
area.
started walking roughly southeast.
Okay.
Michelle thinks to the south is a drow city. It seemed like you weren't heading. It seemed like you were heading more east than south.
Yeah.
So as far as you know, there are 3 ways to go. Maybe.
Okay.
I didn't. I didn't make it clear, or I didn't mention it during battle. But during the battle, when you were running around chasing the drow creature,
Mm-hmm.
you actually spotted a wall or two
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
as you were like running and zipping around. So you're thinking maybe there were walls and side paths, and Michelle will inform you, I guess, that there were other ways to go, but the caverns are larger than our light radius. So if if the Sunblades, walking, and even if we're like following a path and skipping the
Right.
forks in the road, you think you've been following a road, and if you had just gone, a few hundred feet to the side, you'd reach the edge of the cavern.
Hmm.
But when you were
Still,
chasing the
that's
Drider, you saw an edge of the
yeah.
cavern.
That's this kind of tricky territory because if you go and try and find an edge, you might get taken down like a crazy path that is not the path that we're supposed to be heading down right now. There's
Yeah.
You'd have to spend the whole time mapping out the area to really get an idea of it.
And you're not entirely sure the laws of physics behave normally down here.
God, if only I could
I mean,
transform into a bat for a little while.
you want to be a druid?
No,
Okay,
I'll be
so
a vampire.
all right, so I think we've laid out most of your options. Which
All right, I'm gonna have.
I'm gonna. You never use any of Michelle's features, so I'm gonna use one to show them off. But I think you should make more use of her bard stuff. So what level is she? I'll even give her the extra 5% because she's got 5.
What bard stuff?
25, and that's so 12%. That is a pass. She is 6. She identifies the adamantite axe, not necessarily by its magical aura, but just with her bardic skill. So she's heard tell of the adamantite weapons and armor that the drow forge.
You know what? I've
And
completely forgot that bards have that ability.
They have all sorts of badass abilities.
Huh.
But anyways, this is but one of them. So she tells you that although it doesn't radiate magic, something about the caverns in which they are forged imbues it with sort of supernatural power.
Okay.
So it will act like a magical weapon, even though it is not radiate magic.
Interesting.
However, if you bring it to the surface world, it will.
It will radiate magic?
In several days. It will rot.
Oh.
It will fall to pieces within a couple of weeks and become useless.
Okay.
If it's exposed to direct sunlight.
Okay. Gotcha.
But as long as you're down here, you've got a magical battle axe.
How much does the magical battle axe weigh?
Whatever a regular battle axe weighs.
Yeah, you don't know that off the top of your head?
It's
like 6 pounds, I think. I'm actually not going to take it.
All right, you want to give it to Michelle or not? 7 pounds?
No, she can't use it. Can she? She'd attack
she
at a
can.
minus
She's
3 to hit.
Yeah, she has an open proficiency slot.
She does.
You would need to decide to declare that she's using it on battle axe and is practicing.
Yeah.
Up to you.
She's not going to start learning battle axe. I will figure out what she's doing later.
Yeah. So you leave this battle axe behind?
Yeah.
All right. Choose which direction are you heading?
So we're going to try and approximate the direction that we were heading before we ran into the Grimlocks. I'm going to
drag the Sunblade's body?
I'm going to grab his legs. She's going to grab his arms. We're going to do our best to carry him between the two of us. And if that doesn't work, then eventually we can put him on a cloak and drag the cloak. Something like that.
His weight.
How much does he weigh?
Not much, actually. Are you bringing? Are you leaving his helmet on the ground where it fell? He
No, no,
travels
no.
really light.
Someone's going to carry the helmet or just put it back on his body somehow. But
Okay,
the
but you
helmet's
can put it
definitely
back on
going
his
with us.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Less than 150 pounds, so probably like 120. A little more than that with your bringing the helmet. The helmet is the most the heaviest thing. So him and equipment is like 100 and 120, something like
Okay.
that.
Which I could actually carry and not be and still move.
But if you have Michelle supporting
Yeah.
some of the weight,
Yeah, yeah.
so you're
If
able,
we
you like sling them on your. You can even like sling them on your shoulders.
mhm.
You can carry them between the two of you, or
Yeah,
carry.
we find some way to
Having,
carry him between the two of us. I
well,
would
which way would you prefer? I don't know that it'll matter, but depending on the type of ambush you walk into, it could.
I think we're gonna do for now. I'm holding his legs walking forward, and she's holding his arms walking
Okay,
forward.
and that also gives a way for you to lead.
Yeah. And if that doesn't work out, then I'll just drag him, and she can like hold on to a string attached to his shirt and follow or something. But if that does work, where we carry him between the two of us, we'll just do that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we proceed in the direction that we were hopefully headed before.
Yeah. All right. So you head roughly to the southeast. Um,
Okay.
you're able to stay roughly on course. Occasionally, you bump into a wall,
Mm-hmm.
and so you're kind of ping ponging around. Like you'll think you're walking straight, but you're like bouncing around. It seems like at least for now, the cavern is about maybe 300 feet from wall to wall.
Okay.
It's a curved natural cavern.
Okay.
So you're guessing that the ceiling may be about 300 feet up, but you would have no way to know.
Jesus. It's a long way up.
Yeah.
Imagine all the pincers that could live up there.
Ooh.
Just dropping pincers and cloakers on us.
Grimlocks.
And grimlocks and mimics.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not completely uninhabited, uncivilized, wilderness down here.
Right.
These are, I mean, yeah, these are the trade routes of the underfolk, the creatures that dwell in the dark.
Creatures that dwell in the dark.
So you ping pong down this passage. Um, you actually see another equally large passage forking off from this. How you're even able to tell it's a fork is debatable because you can't necessarily see the other side of the fork. But you're next to a wall and you see the wall end and
Mm-hmm.
veer to the south. Yeah, what you think is the south, at least your working compass.
Hmm.
Um, so you're at like a corner. You can continue walking east, or you can take this fork.
We're gonna go east.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But just letting you know that you're starting to realize that there are different roads down here,
Yeah. So I've been
different
trying to
caverns,
stay
and
on the
different
same path.
branching passages. It seemed like the Sunblade knew where he was going well enough that he was just walking down the middle of the road, even though he didn't necessarily see the side walls, or maybe he could see the side walls.
Who knows?
Yeah, certainly can't ask him. You got him killed.
He's not dead yet. He's stabilized. But we will keep trekking until we can find some civilization.
Yeah, it's still, you've been traveling most of the day, so you're getting to the point where you're tired, but you're not quite at that point yet.
Also, if there's any light anywhere that would carry pretty far distance, we'd be able to spot it.
It's interesting that you should ask because you're thinking as such. You haven't seen any light,
Mm-hmm.
um, and then all of a sudden you see one pop flash on immediately to your right, um, and a bit above eye level. It is about 50 feet off of where you're walking,
Mm-hmm.
and it's only a globe about 20 feet wide. But you were thinking I should have been able to spot something like this really far off, and then you sort of look, and there's a light source immediately to your right.
What's that? I say to the party as a whole.
It's just you and Michelle and an unconscious Sunblade. Michelle says, "I don't know. It looks like a light source," and you're sort of adjusting to the new
Looks
light,
like a light
and
source. Oh my
it.
god.
You think you can see the silhouette of a humanoid within the orb, but it's sort of hard. I mean, it's like a like a glowing sort of orb of light. There's a humanoid in the middle.
Hmm.
Um, and you hear from this humanoid creature, "Psst! Hey, hey, get over here!"
I walk up to it and tilt my head.
And it
Who
moves
are you?
towards you as you move. Do you sort of sidestep with the Sunblade, or do you put him down?
I set him down. And I just said to Michelle, hold on, there's a weird thing here. Who are
Yeah.
you? What are you? What are you doing here? Hmm?
Yeah. Okay. So it's this little creature skips towards you. It looked like a full sized humanoid from 50 feet away, but as it gets closer and closer, you realize it was actually a pretty small critter all along. Only about 3.5 feet tall
Mm-hmm.
as it gets to you. So looks like a child. Um, it has an orb of light in its hand. You see as it skips closer. Um, as it skips, it jingles. It's wearing a suit of blue leathers that is sewn with hundreds of little shiny silver rings, and completely bald, no hair on head or face.
Hmm.
Huge grin, but its face is worn with wrinkles. Hey, hey, what
Hey,
what happened to him? Oh my god! And he immediately rushes to the
who are
Sunblade
you,
as soon as it
friend?
sees you.
What manner of beast or man or creature are you?
Okay, let me make sure I get this right the first time. Okay.
If that's the case,
My
I'm going to step out and
my
just grab
name.
a glass of
Okay.
water. Oh no, okay, no, you're here. Sorry, I thought you were going to be reading for a bit. No, let's do this. Let's do it.
No. Okay. He says, "My name is Kierkegaard Sverfenblin." And he sticks a
What
hand
the?
out. And I've been expecting you. And he sort of hastily grabs your hand and shakes it, whether or not you
I
shake it in
yeah, I kind
return.
of let him shake my
And
hand.
he immediately goes to tending to the Sunblade,
Is he going to be okay?
poking and prodding. And so, do you set him down, or do you
Yeah.
continue holding him?
No, I put him down.
Okay.
Is he
He
going to be
looks
okay?
like
I ask.
he's ignoring you. He's set his light floating maybe a foot off the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just sort of climbed on top of the Sunblade, and he's like pulled off his helmet and checking under his big orange cloak, patching him up. You're not sure if he's actually improving the medical care, but he's checking the dressings and all of that and moving around quite erratically.
Okay. I sit
Goodness
and
gracious, what did
watch.
you do to him?
Some of them, what do you call them? Grimlock
He
folk
looks
came
back up
after
at
us.
you. The smile has faded from his face, but it's still sort of permanently etched in his face into the wrinkles.
Yeah, we fought some Grimlocks and one of them spider bitches. She was very unpleasant.
Hmm. Gives a shudder. So, he puts his hand on his hip, surveying the situation. He was supposed to be my escort out of here.
Well, I'm sure he'll be fine and we can escort you out of here. Are you the geomancer?
Aye.
Well then,
Kierkegaard's the name.
Kierkegaard, you will be working with us to fashion a home. More than a home.
He,
Something
he
more than
looks
a
at you
home.
skeptically. Strapped to his back is a small stone cylindrical staff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he has you, yeah. So like his clothes are made out of leather with those rings sewn all into them, and sort of laced and tied to those rings are dangling various pouches. You do see a large book and a few scrolls stuffed into his belt.
Okay. I kind of just ignore them for now. I ask him if he can direct us towards the closest towns that we could rest at least until the captain is back up. And by the captain, I mean the Sunblade.
I don't know how well you'd fit in my town, but I can get you to safety.
Just get us to Limpin. That's all we need.
To Limpin?
It's an expression.
All right, follow me. And he goes skipping off the opposite direction that you spotted him.
Okay. I again pick up the arms, direct Michelle to pick up the legs, and move off in the direction of the lit. Uh, what did you call him again? You never flat out said his race, did you?
If you don't know, you don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
he's about 3.5 feet tall. Like I said, it looks like
It's like a
I don't
gnome
know. It
or
looks like
halfling.
thought it was a child, but as it got closer, you realized he was covered. I mean, aged, wrinkled.
Yeah.
He has very pasty skin and utterly bald. It doesn't look like he shaves. It looks like he just has no hair on any of his body,
Okay.
at least his face.
um.
Yeah, I
Cool. So we
mean,
follow him.
he looks like a gnome that someone shaved and left in the dark or I guess someone left in the dark for a year and then shaved.
So it's like a poor shaving job.
No, no, no. It is bald. It
Yeah.
is hair, like a naked mole rat.
Okay. Well, we
Except
follow
he has
him to
reasonably
civilization,
functional
hopefully.
eyes. All right. So he skips a ways. Eventually, you come within. You come within 20 feet. I mean, because that's all that your light radius reveals of a small stone, what looks like a boulder, which isn't too out of the ordinary in this area. You've passed a few rocks and not thought much of them. But as he approaches the side,
Uh oh. Hold on. Stream is getting lagged out.
no.
Oh my
Are
god.
you there, chat? Are you there?
This cannot be happening again.